How's it going, everybody? This is Derek Quick with Count Fortune. In this video, we're going to talk about the uranium squeeze. And what I mean by squeeze, it's not anything to do with short squeezing like AMC or GameStop, but this type of squeeze is once in a decade or two. And I think that this squeeze is going to be one for the history books. It's going to run uranium prices up, not just in the spot, but in the long-term market. In this video, I'm going to go over exactly why. I'm going to go over some of the history of the uranium market and some experts that were around back then in the last 20 plus years that actually tried to create some of these funds. So please hit that like and subscribe button below. So we're going to jump into this. First things first, I want to show this tweet. It's by Kevin Bambro. He's actually a former Sprott employee. He tried to get this Sprott uranium fund done back in the day, but they were able to do what Sprott is managing UPC, but it had no real effect compared to what Sprott is already doing. The uranium market in spot right now has gone up about 7% in the last couple of days. So Kevin said, as spot moves up and tries to find physical uranium in the spot market, the true illiquidity of the uranium market will be revealed. Should be an exciting time dead ahead. And he said it should be plainly obvious to all the uranium market, that the uranium market is completely illiquid. Soon as some funds come in, big specs will step in and buy equities and then buy spot and get the party going. The GME AMC type players will jump on board as well, he thinks. So the thing is, this market is not like any other market, and uranium is right here, Chemico, they say it best. Uranium does not trade on an open market like other commodities. Buyers and sellers negotiate contracts privately. Prices are published by independent market consultants. So this is a very, like I said, opaque market before. This market is not just investment funds, traders. It's also utilities, and they make up the big part of it. And this was a tweet that I tweeted back a couple months ago. It's actually 2.1 billion. I corrected it. Dollars spending on uranium nuclear fuel starting this year from Duke Energy, 2021 to 2025. So it's about $500+ million every year that they're looking to spend on their uranium fuel, the uranium part of their fuel, because uranium takes a couple years to do. But what's crazy about this is they're expecting to be spending starting this year into the next few years. So they're going to be also buyers, not only in the spot market. Dominion, by the way, they were number one. They're the largest nuclear company, utility company in the U.S. And number 11th is Dominion. But Dominion actually said, and this is another tweet I put out, I was reading their annual reports, and they said that they're exposed to nuclear fuel cost volatility. And the short-term contracts that they use in the spot market, they're a result of market supply shortages. So the volatility in the prices can obviously go up a lot, they're saying, and that they may not change at the same rate as the nuclear fuel costs, thusly adversely impacting Dominion's energy financial results. So they're preparing shareholders that the future could be not as good for these utility companies on their bottom line. Now, if we want to look at history, I'm going to go back to, in a second, 2010. I'm going to go through some charts, but I want to show you just some raw numbers here. So May 2010, we had another run in the spot market, and in 8 months, it was about $40 to about $72 at the beginning of January. It's about 80%. In the last 2 days, we've ran from about 31 to 33. It's close to about 7%. So we're already on our way. Sprott they were not even able to find the 200,000 pounds, I believe, of uranium that they were trying to get in the spot market. There was nobody selling. So this is going to just continue to go up. Now, they can't do another raise today because they are actually trading at a, here we'll say, I'll show you exactly what it is, a negative. They have a premium. That means they can raise, but when they are actually trading, the closing price is less than the trust NAV. It's trading at a discount. So they can't raise any more money yet, as you see in this chart here. When it's above that, they can't trade anymore. but they still have like 15 million that they can actually try to buy in the spot market. So the price can continue to go up in the market. As we saw through the years, there's been a lot of runs in the uranium spot market, but nothing like this previous bull market where we had just, you know, over the 4 years, we just had a crazy run. In this chart here, I'll show it. You can see it. It's been running up 2004, just continue to go up. And we have long-term and spot price. So long-term utility contracts, they got scared and they started negotiating higher prices. Spot price just ran up like crazy. And this is when utility uranium companies started to go up like outrageously. I think UU, which is Energy Fuels, went up 160x during this time, 18 months. So uranium stocks, they're gonna run hard and they're gonna squeeze like never before, because when Sprott actually gets their US listing, the official New York Stock Exchange listing, I think that they're going to start to raise billions of dollars. They're gonna soak up every last piece of spot uranium out there. And remember, this volume that I'm about to show you here, from not only traders, investors, producers, processors, but also utilities, this is sometimes trading back and forth. So the 32 million here in 2008, when they started to go downhill a little bit, you know, the uranium price, because of the financial crisis, that's really what caused the downward churn. Overproduction, but it really was the financial crisis. A lot of these investors, they started to dump a lot of their shares. They had to, or their shares, their U308. So in 2010, we had record 42 plus million. But remember, this can go back and forth. So if we have billions and billions of dollars coming in the next year with Sprott buying up uranium, we're gonna be well over these numbers like this, you know. And we had a massive move. So, you know, Kevin, myself, I believe there will be $200 plus uranium. I think it's crazy. It's been manipulated to the downside, you know, in a sense, because really prices have to be a lot higher for these mines to come back up and for them to even make a profit. Because like Cameco, they laid off hundreds of employees. For them to get these mines going back up, McArthur River, they're going to have to hire these employees. A lot of these employees are not even there anymore. You know, they moved out of state, out of country sometimes. It's a very, you know, hard market to find qualified workers. It is dangerous. So Sprott, I think that they're going to be one of the main players in this. But if we look back here, there's, like I said, there's a lot of other people that are going to be coming back. Like Kevin said, you're going to start to see these GameStop type investors that want to just stick it to the utility companies. I mean, these utility companies, they're not necessarily bad people. They provide electricity, but they have had some really bad practices of charging outrageous fees during, you know, storms and things like that. So, you know, is the GameStop, that Reddit crew, going to try to come in, you know, and squeeze the utility companies? And remember, this is actually legal. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about this. So they're obviously a trust, but they're in Canada. They're not under every, in a sense, law and jurisdiction of a normal trust, because, you know, it's a uranium trust. So they are the largest. One thing about this that I thought was pretty interesting was, you know, they're going to just continue to buy pretty much at whatever the market has it at. They're not looking to sell any of their U308. And so their main job is just to continue to buy this. And it really is a recycling type thing, that just continue to just buy, you know, and raise more money, buy again, and just continue to raise the price up to where it really needs to be. And this is not something that they just came up with. This is something 20 years in the making they really wanted to do. It's the first of its kind. And it's not illegal to do this. They're not cornering the market illegally like some people and funds have done in the past with silver or copper, you know, where they did, you know, things that weren't by the books. Obviously, you know, that's a whole video in itself. Very interesting stuff. But I think that, you know, as time goes on, if this gets to 200, I think there could be some regulations coming in. Utility companies going to be really mad. You know, it does cut into their bottom line, but it's not like they can't pay these prices. They should have been paying a lot higher in the past. So a lot of uranium companies, you know, 400 plus went out. They got delisted, bankrupt, bought up by other companies. So it's a very tough market, but Sprott is looking to really run it up. So it's, you know, it's going to be, a lot of people are going to want to invest in not only uranium stocks, but, you know, it's somewhat safe. You know, it is a good commodity that does have a very good upside. You know, it's a contrarian investment. Another news in this kind of, you know, whole sector, Uranium Royalty Corp is looking to do, I think it's about 40 million they're raising. So they're probably going to be also buying again, just like a lot of the uranium, smaller uranium stocks were buying in this year at a record amounts of spot uranium. I think, you know, everyone's just looking to soak up as much as they can because they know where this is going to go. I honestly think that we're going to see record runs again in uranium stocks. They're doing pretty well for the past 18 months. We've had a pretty good correction overall in uranium stocks in the last couple months, but I think this squeeze is going to, you know, be mainstream eventually when uranium's over $100, and we're going to see just crazy amounts of FOMO in the markets. You know, uranium stocks are going to be, especially a lot of the ones that are easier to be traded, like Denison. You know, a lot of people that can actually buy it with their Robinhood accounts, and you know, it's going to get pretty interesting. This very small market. Remember, the whole market, 70 plus uranium stocks, is smaller. The market cap smaller than all of Dogecoin. So all of these stocks is smaller than Dogecoin's market cap. So remember that it's very small, and one little, well, it's not really little, but Sprott can really affect the spot price in the long term, as well as the long-term price. So, you know, the market, we're looking at, I think the future's down. The Dow opens, market's open in a couple hours. We're still down, I think, 0.02%. Remember, there's going to be Fed tapering. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty with, you know, Federal Reserve going to be raising interest rates. You know, we're having record inflation. They're trying to battle that. So a lot of people are worried. Myself, I'm still cash. I do think that this is an investment of a lifetime in uranium, and that's why I'm concentrating it so much, putting out these videos. I hope you guys like them. If you do, please hit the like and subscribe button below. I'll put out as many videos as I can on this. I'll try to put out more up-to-date information. But I think that these stocks in uranium are going to just change people's lives. And it might sound crazy right now, but when GameStop, you know, was down at $1 or $2, sorry, AMC was down on $1 or $2, GameStop was down under $5. People, you know, were buying that up. They thought they were crazy. Myself included, I was buying both of those at that time. I sold out way too early, but I'm not going to do that with uranium stocks. I seem to be pretty good at finding the bottoms and things. I don't always find the tops and everything, but long-term investment here in uranium. It's not investment advice, but yeah, please hit that like and subscribe button below. Let me know you like this content, you like me uploading more. There's going to be a lot more interesting stuff coming. I got the castle, the real castle coming. I got some new series that I'm wanting to do with the stock content, but also providing up-to-date stuff. You know, I'm a filmmaker, so I really want to make things more cinematic. I want to do more editing with the stuff. But a lot of people like this. You know, I haven't done pretty much any cuts in this video. It's a straight through. You know, maybe I'll do some live videos soon. But yeah, we're going to have an amazing year. And I think, just as Kevin said, Q4 is going to be very electrifying. It's going to be interesting. I think spot price will be hopefully over $40 if Sprott can continue to do this. And uranium stocks average could be double by then, maybe more.